Hey everyone, it's Ashley, and this is my book collection, and this is just an overview of my bookshelf. It's a 5-shelved one, but I also, over here, I have a little one. It's just one shelf and part of the second. Yeah. So I'm just gonna go into depth on three of these with the books, and then the one over on the other shelf. Up here I just have a bunch of random like knickknack stuff and my hermit crabs. And then this I have like jewelry and perfume and stuff and nail polish. And then these are the three that I have. Okay, so this is the first shelf. They're in alphabetical order based on series names or just book names if they're not in a series. This is the beginning. I just have An Abundance of Catherines by John Green. You'll see a bunch of Sarah Dessen books just because they are my favorite. She's one of my favorite authors. And this is Along for the Ride. And then I have Anna and the French Kiss, which I have not actually read. The only one out of these three that I've read is Along for the Ride. The Book Thief by Marcus Suzanne. And then I have Buffy the Vampire Slayers. There's just two of them. They're a bunch of random stories. They're actually really good. And then I have the first book of the Chronicles of Vladimir Todd, which is 8th Grade Bites, and yeah. And then I have, looking at this way, zoom in a little bit. Then I have Claire de Lune, which the cover is really pretty. It is by Christine Johnson, if you can't see. It's really pretty. I love the cover. One reason I bought it. But it's a really good book. It's about like werewolves. Yeah. It's kind of hard to fit everything on. And then I have The Back Door of Midnight, which is a Dark Secrets novel. So I just put it under Dark Secrets. Yeah. That is by Elizabeth Chandler. And then I have the last book, the third book of The Daughter in Smoking Bones. They don't actually own the first two. And this is Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor. And then this way I have Dear John by Nicholas Sparks. And then the Divergent trilogy by Veronica Roth. I've only read Divergent because I haven't had time to read Insurgent and Allegiant. But yeah. And then I have yet another Sarah Dessen. Like I said, you're going to see a bunch of them. I own most of them except for maybe like 2 or 3 of them. But this is Dreamland. I haven't actually read this one yet. And then I have Elixir by Hilary Duff, which is actually an extremely good book. I've yet to get my hands on the second and third book. I'm not actually sure what the second and third books are called, but I haven't had time to get a hold of them. I haven't heard anyone talk about it, but it's really good series. Really good book, at least. And this is the Evernight series by Claudia Gray. Yeah, I've never heard anyone talk about these either, but they're extremely good. It's like weird vampire, but it's not like normal vampire. So, yeah. And then I have The Fallen, the first 2 books. I've read this one, have yet to read this one, haven't had time to, but these I really enjoy. I kind of zoomed through this first one very quickly. And then, of course, I have The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. What teenage girl has not read that? It's one of the best stories. So yeah, that's the first shelf. Let you see that again. Yeah. Okay, so this is the second shelf. Yeah, just get started on it. The first book is The Future of Us, which I just got like a few weeks ago. It's by the author of 13 Reasons Why, which I loved that book, so I decided to read it. So I'm deciding to read it. And then I have The Gathering, which is by Kelly Armstrong. I've never heard of it, but I got it on sale and it looks really cool. And then I have The Host by Stephanie Meyer. I actually hate Twilight, the series at least. But this book by her is extremely good. I recommend it to everyone. Then I have the second book of House of Night series. This is Betrayed. I've only read half of it. Doesn't seem as good as the first one. That's my opinion. I'll read it one day. And next, of course, I have Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Love this series, of course. Yeah, I'm quite excited for part 1 of this book. Yeah, I recommend the Hunger Games to everyone. They're kind of beat up, but because a lot of people have read them. A lot of people have borrowed them from me, or people in my family have read them. And the next 2 books is from the Hush Hush series. I think that's what it's called. I had the first and the third book, which is weird, but because I borrowed the second one from someone, and I have yet to read the last book, which is Finale. The second book is Crescendo. I love these books. They're so good. I suggest them to everyone. They're by Becca Fitzpatrick, if you were wondering. And next, I have the If I Say series by Gail Foreman, which I've not read yet because I have not had time. But my mom read them and loved them, so I will read them one day. And next, I have the Immortal series. I have the first, third, and I think 4th book in the series, and the Riley Bloom, I think it is, series. I just added it to that because there's only one. I have not read the other ones. I really like this series. It's kind of not a series that I would want to read over and over and over again. It's kind of just a nice, let me read it once and then be done with it. So the next 2 books is Clockwork Angel and Clockwork Princess, which is from the Infernal Devices series. I don't have the second one yet because I haven't gotten a hold of it. Yeah, I love that series. I've read the Mortal Instruments, of course, but I like the series Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare better. Next one is yet another Sarah Dessen book, and this is Just Listen. I don't think I've read this one. Yeah. Love Sarah Dessen, like I said. So. And then the next 3 books is The Kane Chronicles by Rick Riordan. I love Percy Jackson, so I read them. I read Kane Chronicles because it's by him, and absolutely loved it. So I recommend it. It's kind of geared towards younger kids, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. And then I have Keeping the Moon by Sarah Dessen, which I have read. And it's not one of my favorites by her, but it's still really good. And then next I have Evercross, which is from the Kissed by an Angel series, but I don't have like the big book that has the first 3 stories in it. I plan on buying it sometime soon. It's by Elizabeth Chandler, the same as the Dark Secrets book that I had on the above shelf. And the next one is The Last Song by Nicholas Sparks. Loved that book, so yeah. Okay, so this is the last shelf of my big bookshelf. I have one more level of books of this. Sorry it's kind of shaky because I have to hold it in my hands and not on my tripod. First one is Lock and Key by Sarah Dessen, which is my favorite book by her. They're just well written. Next one I have Looking for Alaska by John Green. It's the next book I plan on reading, I think. Haven't read it yet. I have a bunch of books by him. I have 4, but I haven't read it yet. Next one is Lion Game by Sarah Shepard, the same author of Pretty Little Liars, and it's also a TV show. I haven't seen the TV show or anything, but I'm like halfway done with it. Kind of stopped for some reason. Next one is Maximum Ride series, which is Massive by James Patterson. It's one of my favorite series by him. Well, no. It's one of my favorite series in general. Sorry about the shakiness. Massive. It's gonna take me long to read most of them. But yeah, next one is Maze Runner. Everyone seems to have this book, and it's by James Dashner. Haven't read it yet because I just got it, but plan on reading it soon. Next one is Mortal Instruments, and I'm actually missing the last book because that is what I'm reading now. And then at the end, I have the Shadowhunter Codex, which I'm slowly reading. It's actually a really awesome book. This is by Cassandra Clare, the same author of Infernal Devices. I think most people have heard of it. Next one is Miss Peregrine's House for Peculiar Children. Haven't read that, just got that too. Next is the first 4 books of the Percy Jackson series. They're torn up because I've read them so many times. But the other one's on my other bookshelf because there wasn't enough room on this one. Yeah, so that was the third. This is like a far view of it. It's like the first 3 shelves. And of course the other ones out there. Yeah. So that is the last shelf on that one. Okay, so this is the kind of last shelf. I have 2 more on the bottom shelf right under this one. First book of it is The Last Olympian, which is the 5th book and the last book of the Percy Jackson series. And then these 5 books right here are the kind of like the continued series, which is the Heroes of Olympus. And this is actually the next book that I plan on reading once I finish City of Heavenly Fire, the Mortal Instruments series. I love these books. I mean, it's a continuation of Percy Jackson, which are definitely my favorite books of all time. And then I have the Demigod Files, because, I don't know, I got it when it came out and stuff, so it's a really cool book too. And then I have kind of a big book, but it's the first and second book of Pretty Little Liars series by Sarah Shepard. I love these books. I've only gotten to the 4th book, but it's because I've had a hard time trying to get a hold of the books from the library and stuff. The next one is a Sarah Desson book, of course. I've read this one. This is Someone Like You. I've read this one. It's not her best, but I like it. Next one is the second book of the Summer I Turned Pretty series, and it's Not Summer Without You, and this is by Jenny Han. I love this series. I've actually finished the series, of course, but this was the one that I bought because I got it on sale and stuff. Next one is That Summer by Sarah Desson. Read that one too. Definitely not my favorite. I think it's like my least favorite of hers. I don't know. I didn't really enjoy it. It's my opinion, but I mean, it wasn't bad. It was well written. I just didn't like the characters or the plot or anything. Next one is Troy High, which I got in middle school. It's not a bad book at all. It's kind of like the Greek war with Helen of Troy. No. Yeah, Helen of Troy. I think it's that one. Next one is one of my favorite books by Sarah Desson. I think it'd be my second favorite. And it's The Truth About Forever. Really, really good. Next 2 books are part of a series called the Unwind Trilogy. And there's actually a 4th book about to come out. I think it came out today. Yeah, I've really loved that series. The first one is definitely my favorite. This one was okay. I'm gonna read the 3rd one soon. Have it from the library. It's by Neil Shusterman. The characters you just fall in love with. Next one is the first book of the Vampire Academy. Haven't read this one yet, haven't had the time to. Yeah. So I'll read it when I get the chance. Next is 3 books from a series called Vampire Kisses. I read the first book about a year or 2 ago, and I borrowed them from my best friend, but she lives in a different state from me. So they're just sitting on my bookshelf for safekeeping and stuff. I haven't read them yet. I will, though. Next one is Waiting for You by, I don't know first name, Carla Santi. I haven't read this one yet. So I've read books by her, though. Like the book Something Like Fate. That was a good one. Next one is Water for Elephants. And it is by Sarah Gruen. It's a really good book. I really enjoyed it. I got through it pretty quickly. Yeah. I haven't seen the movie though. I don't know if I want to see it. Next one is Will Grayson by John Grade and David Leviathan. Haven't read that one yet. I plan on reading it, of course. Next 3 books is Shiverlinger and Sinner. I don't have Forever, which is the 3rd book. The first 2 books are about the main characters, and this one's kind of about two other characters that are in the book, which I like. This is my favorite, I think. But it's by Maggie Stiefvater. Really, really good series. It's kind of one of those series that you just read once and love it then. So, yeah. And so that is my first shelf on the little one. Next one is just and the next one just has 2 books on it. It is Wondrous Strange and Darklight, which is part of a series about fairies. I've never heard anyone talk about them, but I got them on sale and absolutely loved them. I have the 3rd one on my Kindle. Don't know if I'm going to read it on my Kindle, but yeah. So that was the end of my book collection. Sorry if it was really long. I think it was really long, but I don't know. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching.